Hi, my name's Sharon Quennell. I work for Aon Risk Solutions. My role there is as Client Director of the Health Practice Group for Australia. I look after a team of 10 operators that service the needs of over 45,000 allied health professionals, some of whom you would speak to fairly regularly. Professional indemnity insurance is different than public liability insurance. Professional indemnity insurance's core purpose is to provide protection for the risks attaching to you as you operate as a therapist. So it provides cover for your omissions, errors and malpractice. Public liability insurance's core purpose is to provide protection for claims that third parties might make against you for damage to their property or their person. So there are different insurance covers. Medical malpractice is really just another name for professional indemnity for medical health professionals. Professional indemnity provides cover for legal defence costs if somebody brings a claim against you. It also provides defence costs or protection for lawyers' fees should you be called to appear in an investigation or an inquiry. And also if there's an adjudication made in a court of law, it'll pay that award and or amount to settle a claim. So that's its core purpose. Public liability, an example of how that will respond is if somebody was to walk into your premises and perhaps trip over a mat and hurt themselves, then the insurance policy would respond to pay the claim for those injuries. And another example of how it might respond would be if you inadvertently perhaps stepped on a patient's backpack and it had a laptop in it and you damaged it, it would pay for that response as well. Professional indemnity, we have available limits of between $2 million and $20 million, so you can choose 2, 5, 10 or 20. And Aon's cover for Massage and Myotherapy Association also provides $10 million of public liability insurance as an automatic cover under that professional indemnity policy. But if you need more than that, if you need $20 million, you can ask for that and we can provide that as well. Cover for your clinic premises and its contents is usually taken out by way of a business insurance policy, and we can certainly help you with that. If you're looking for protection for a physical premises where you may operate out of other than your own home, you will need to buy a business insurance policy, but don't automatically think if you are operating out of your home that you're covered. You do need to check in about that because sometimes insurers exclude cover for incidences that arise when you're in your own home premises where you're earning a living. So do call the service team and they'll be able to talk you through that. So if you were to take, for instance, a massage table away from your premises, and the question is, are you covered for that piece of equipment away from your premises? That cover is available, but it's not automatically available under every cover, so you should speak to us to make sure that the cover, we can tailor the cover to your needs. But so don't just assume it's covered, speak to a service operator to make sure that it is. Members often also ask us, what else does Aon do? And it's probably worth noting that we also are able to provide you with risk retirement health solutions for any stage of your career or your personal life. So it might be professional indemnity insurance that you need, or it could be advice or a solution around superannuation or income protection, or even travel insurance if you're taking a break. Yes, the Aon insurance solution does provide a standalone limit for each member. So what that means is if you take out a $5 million professional indemnity policy, you have $5 million available to you for any claims that you might need to make in that 12-month period. Now, there is alternate models out there in the market, and some associations choose to buy a limit that, for instance, they might buy a $20 million limit that is available for all members. So if they have 1,000 members of their association, all 1,000 members then access that one $20 million limit. And so they're effectively sharing in a $20 million limit, as opposed to, in the first example, having access to their own $5 million limit. Now, there's pros and cons in all models. It's just really important that therapists understand what it is that they're buying.